Hello everyone. Today we are going to record Lab 8. This is lactate threshold testing. This first segment we're going to show you the collection of some of the anthropometric measurements and the resting measurements on our subject Evan. And then for the second video we will shoot the actual test, which will be a full VO2 max test on the cycle ergometer with lactate measurements. We will not only be able to determine what his lactate threshold is, but then also what his VO2 max is, and then if it was a peak or a plateau, and if it was a valid test or not. So we're going to collect the resting measurements quickly. Mitch is going to get Evan's height and weight first, and we'll record those numbers.
All right, standing back to the stadiometer. Got 70 inches, 177 and a half centimeters.
Okay.
What's your best guess?
Something. I hope. 156.
Got 153.
Then we'll go ahead and get Evan's blood pressure. Since we're collecting a resting lactate and then doing lactate threshold testing, we did ask Evan not to exercise for 24 hours prior to this, which he indicated that he did work out at 10 a.m. yesterday. So we're beyond that 24-hour mark, which is good. However, Evan is notorious for having high resting lactates, so we'll see how that goes here momentarily. We're going to get his blood pressure quickly so we can record that for the lab assignment. So notice how slow the needle is moving. That is one thing we talked about in the blood pressure lab, is that the speed of the needle drop is critical for hearing the noises.
110/80.
110/80 for the resting blood pressure, pretty good. Okay, so we're going to then reposition Evan and go ahead and get his resting lactate measurement. And we'll get his heart rate after we do this, just to allow his heart rate to drop as much as possible. So Mitch, if you want to talk through kind of what you're doing,
Okay,
as
yeah.
he's preparing the.
All right, so this is the device that's going to actually administer the prick so we can have the blood. But in order to do that, we need a needle inside. Obviously, for safety reasons, that's going to be different for every person. So we have our disposable needle, which we uncap and handle carefully at this point. Put that in here and then recap this device. All right, now at this point, it simply has the needle inside. To actually prime it, we have to pull back. We make sure that did work, so we'll pull back and load the needle there and be ready for that. Now we have to get the reader ready. So we're going to grab one of these lactate strips. I want to handle it fairly delicately. We have gloves, obviously, to protect ourselves from the blood, but also to prevent any of our skin, oils, or anything like that getting inside this reader, because that can affect the reading. We'll go ahead and put this into the device and make sure that it activates at that point. This means that it's waiting for blood. Now, I'm going to take an alcohol swab and just sterilize the area that we're going to be, kind of clean it off. Again, hand oil can affect the reading. I'm going to go ahead and kind of abrade that a little bit as well, kind of dry it. And then at this point, we can press firmly into the spot near the side and we see a little bit of blood. We're going to go ahead and clean that blood off. Dry it again, and now get a nice drop like that. At this point, you can take the reader. You want to kind of hold it steady, hold that drop upside down a little bit, and fill up with blood. Let it wait. Give Evan that in case he's bleeding a little bit. Make sure we biodispose. And we have a 1.2. Evan's lowest blood
Perfect.
lactate ever.
That is the best resting lactate. What's your heart rate right now, Evan?
80.
All right, so we'll record his resting heart rate is 80. Again, that resting lactate is 1.2. We are going to get prepped for the test, and we'll come back with the second segment for the actual test. See you soon.